Welcome to another episode of InRange. We're here at the 2018 Tiger Valley team match with
the Corps Cadets Marksmanship unit.
And which college are you guys affiliated with?
We go to all Texas AMU University. We're on all in the Corps Cadets as well.
All right, so tell us how the cadet program works, because a lot of people are familiar with the official military academies. How does the Corps of Cadets program work at your college in relation to the United States military?
So the purpose of the Corps Cadets was it used to be an all-military program, but now it's completely optional. About 50% of the Corps will commission into the armed services, and we commissioned all four branches, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, and Army.
And a large percentage of the officers in the U.S. military are actually coming from college programs like that versus the traditional academies, correct?
Yes.
All right, so tell us about what you guys are doing out here and what your shooting team does.
We're out here practicing for one of our bigger matches of the year, which is the Military College Combat Shooting Championship, which is at the end of the year, and it's between us, the military academies, and all of the senior military colleges. And we've won that competition for the last 4 years running, and matches like this really help us prepare for that. Team-oriented matches like this are bread and butter.
And how long has your shooting program been running?
We were established in 2012
Okay.
by one of the seniors back then.
And what sort of instructors or staff did you bring on to get the team up to speed?
So we have our main instructor, and his name is Coach Kevin Jimerson. He's kind of like our head coach. He's there daily, kind of giving us instruction. Then we have a couple of outside people who help us as well. We have Carl Erickson and Keith Gipple. They're both from 5th Special Forces Group, and they really help us out as more of the military side rather than competition shooting.
So you're kind of combining some competition experience with some military experience as a hybrid program.
Yes, sir.
And can you tell us a little bit about what the practical value of doing a program like this is if people do commission into the military?
So just for me personally, I'm going to the Air Force, and then we have a lot of people going to the Marine Corps, and there's a lot of combat arms assets in the Army and the Marine Corps. So just having that background knowledge to better prepare your men that's going to be under you, because our main purpose is taking our knowledge, and then when we get out of college and we actually enter the service, it's going to be to help the men and women under us. So helping them with fundamental marksmanship marksmanship that we have, and basically spreading the wealth of knowledge.
So shooting fast and accurately is never a bad thing then, right?
No.
Exactly.
One of the things I find interesting is the diversity of matches can bring a diversity of different skill sets or approaches to things that you want to focus on. Like I shot NRA high power across the course for years, which is kind of the Marine Corps and KD range stuff, positional shooting. But then you come out here and that's a completely different game. Do you guys shoot a diversity of types of competitions to have that type of thing, or do you try to put an emphasis on matches like Tiger Valley, which are far more practically oriented?
We shoot 3-gun, 2-gun, PRS, USPSA, IDPA, IPSC, even SASP, Steel Challenge. We shoot them all.
Yep.
I mean, we learn a little bit from every single style. Our big competitions are SASP, which is essentially a collegiate Steel Challenge, and then the Combat Shooting Championship, which is 3-gun. So 3-gun matches and Steel Challenge, SASP, those are our big ones, but we learn a little bit from everything.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, because there is so much to be taken from everything. It's like when you focus on only one of these particular disciplines, you're missing out on so many other broad spectrum lessons.
So what's a weekly or monthly training regimen look like for you guys?
So as of right now, what we're doing, we have a Monday morning precision practice with 22s and at the Trigon. So basically in College Station, it's our military building, and we have a 22 range in the basement. So we have that Monday mornings, and we have our freshman practice Monday afternoons. So that's when a lot of the upperclassmen and coach kind of mentor and teach the freshmen fundamentals, and that's only with a 22 pistol and rifle. And then Wednesday nights we have dry fire for about 2 hours a night. And then Friday we have an upperclassman practice, and we go out to our private range, and depending on what kind of matches we have coming up, if we have a pistol match, we'll shoot primary pistol. It's kind of like a workup for the weekend. And then probably every month we have 2 to 3 matches that the team goes to, and not everyone on the team goes. So we have about 20 upperclassmen, and we try to basically put the best people for those matches and try to get the underclassmen paired up with an upperclassman so they can mentor, and basically for the next year they're prepared.
So beyond traditional military physical training, is there anything you guys do specifically to be prepared for matches like this?
Not until recently we started shooting running gun competitions, which incorporate a lot of like a really long running circuit and then stages in between. Before that, we didn't really do that a whole bunch, but now more recently to try to get better at running guns, we'll start running at night together or separate, with plates in. just to kind of get more conditioned for long distance running, and then getting into a position, shooting, and being comfortable getting your breathing slowed down so you can slow down on your sights.
People that haven't done that, the physiological effect of that is significant.
Yeah.
Their shooting skills absolutely deprecate the further and longer and harder you go.
Yeah,
There's no
particularly
doubt.
when they're out there putting really small steals. They like to do that at the run and gun matches. They'll put small steel out really far away after you run really far.
The other thing, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Just like today, like you could tell just running up the tower.
Oh yeah.
By the time you got up there, your sights are all over the place. You have to have good trigger control, and having the background of the physical fitness that we have in the Corps Cadets and on the team really plays a role in when we get up there, finding your center, basically finding your breath and being able to pull the trigger.
Focus when you need it.
Yes, sir.
And bring, precision quality Russian equipment. You had an emphasis there when you said on your training on small bore, 22 LR, whether it's pistol or rifle. And for audience members that have never done this before, when it comes to precision shooting, really learning the fundamentals, small bore's it.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Shooting long range is reading conditions.
Yeah.
Shooting small bore is the fundamentals.
Mhm.
And boy, your shooting capabilities will increase so dramatically when you're using pistols or rifles at that small bore range. Those little dots, you're shooting at it looks like a pencil dot on a target.
Yeah, exactly.
It's incredible.
And
So-
also, budget-wise,
Oh,
that's one of the main reasons for us. Like, we can take $50 into small bore versus 35 rounds for a 6.5.
Yep.
So, getting the fundamentals on 22s is really helping us.
And come out of there with that many iterations of breath control, trigger press, all of it.
And from there, the emphasis is on dry fire. As we become upperclassmen, we start learning center fire weapons. It's more and more how much can you practice in dry fire and fix the little things, the small techniques that really make a difference in speed and in precision.
Has there been any experimentation with the laser training units? Because those can tell you a lot when you press the trigger and you can actually see where the laser moves and such. Have you
We've
ever
practiced a lot with the Glock slides and laser bore sighters, things like
Yeah.
that. But we don't have the resources to go out
Sure.
and buy a bunch of training gear. But we would.
Of
like
course,
to,
yeah.
So, over the summer, I did some testing that out because I'm a college kid. I want to see if it worked. So, the Cool Fire, the CO2 trainer, I bought one of those. It actually worked pretty well, but we haven't actually incorporated that into anything with the team.
Yeah, fair enough.
We do a lot of dry fire anyway. I mean, dry fire, you can do just about anything in dry fire except for recoil management. Any other skill you can train through dry fire. I mean, you can even use stage planning through dry fire. Just having somebody set something up and then give you 30 seconds to look at it, and then run a dry fire circuit on it.
So much of shooting is actually a mental exercise and
Exactly.
a mental focus, and actually iterations in your mind of performing a proper trigger press and a proper preparation of a shot actually plays into real world shooting, which I'm sure you guys know, but people that haven't done that, that's an interesting thing, and that just pretending can actually be practiced, and dry fire is another iteration of that in a way.
Definitely.
Anything else you got on that?
Where can people go to find out information about your program, or maybe follow you guys? 'Cause, I mean, as far as a college sports team goes, this is something I could get behind.
We have a website, and then we're also on Facebook and Instagram. We post a lot on Instagram, so that's probably the best way to keep up with us.
What's the handle to find you at?
TAMU.CCMU
Underscore.
_.
Underscore CCV.
Well, I got to say, it was truly impressive watching your teams on these courses. You guys just flew through them. Very impressive.
We got Desert Brutality 2019 coming out in February. I don't know if you can come out to Utah, but you guys should come win it.
We wanted to come to the one last year.
Yeah.
This past one in Arizona, we just between school and other stuff we had to get taken care of for each of our contracts. It was just.
Yeah,
We'll see about it
we're still
this year.
full-time college
No,
students.
I get it, totally.
You host one in the summer, though. I'm your man.
Okay, fair enough. That'll be in Finland, unfortunately.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, guys, thanks a lot. This is, I think, the second time you come out to the Tiger Blade two-man team match. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you for taking time with us on camera.
Absolutely.
Really
Yes, sir.
appreciate it. And your shooting speaks for itself. What you're doing in your training is obviously evident, because when you go through these stages, it's kind of mind-blowing. I watch you guys, then I watch myself. I'm like, well, oh well.
Come out to practice.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Guys, thank you for watching this, and this is the kind of stuff that really gets marksmanship out there, and this is why shooting and competition is important, because it makes that skill set something that's really tangible and real, and it has iterations that help us not only in making ourselves better people, but for our military as well. Thanks a lot.